Good morning, everyone, and welcome to tourismtechnology.com's webinar, Introduction to Customer Relationship Management. My name is Allison Clark, and I'm with the Tourism Industry Association of Prince Edward Island. We're very pleased that you could join us today, and I would like to acknowledge participation from our partners in this project, the provinces of New Brunswick, Prince Edward Island, and Newfoundland and Labrador, and the Tourism Industry Associations of each province, including the Tourism Industry Association of New Brunswick, the Tourism Industry Association of Prince Edward Island, and the Hospitality Newfoundland and Labrador, and of course, Tourism Atlantic ACOA. The aim of tourismtechnology.com is to empower tourism operators in Atlantic Canada to improve their competitiveness by effectively using online technology. Tourismtechnology.com provides operators with skills, knowledge, and expertise to take advantage of current online tools and resources. TourismTechnology.com offers one-on-one mentoring, workshops, tutorials, all ranging from basic to advanced levels of learning. So if you're following online today, be sure to use the hashtag TourismTech if you're tweeting or posting anything. We'd love to see that. And during this webinar, we ask that you email myself, Allison, any questions that you might have so Jake can answer them either during the presentation or after. And my email address is aclark, C-L-A-R-K, at taipi.pe.ca. And we're very happy to have Jake McLaren here from Llama Hill with us today. He was born and raised in Western Canada and has worked in the Alberta oil fields as a sales and marketing professional since the late, 1990s. Looking for a new pace of life, he migrated east and settled in Prince Edward Island. On September 1st, 2016, Jake started Llama Hill, a CRM consulting agency with the mission to connect small and medium-sized businesses in Atlantic Canada with the best fit CRM platform for their business. Llama Hill was created to help business owners filter through more than 400 platforms and find the best fit for their business. So without further ado, I'll pass it over to Jake to get started.
All right, thank you, Allison. A little bit more about my experience and why I decided to become a CRM consultant. As Allison mentioned, for the past 20 years, I've been involved in the oil and gas industry on multiple levels. Some of the key positions I've held were I was a retail store manager with Red Wing Shoe Company, where we sold high-end work boots to oil and gas professionals that worked on the rigs. I was in contract sales with a company called oilfieldcanada.com. They no longer exist because they were a phone book, and phone books don't get used anymore. In addition to that, I was also a nut and bolt salesman, contract sales with Bolt Supply House, and most recently, for the past 5 years, I was marketing manager for TCA Marketing, a secondary containment company out of southern Alberta. So a little bit more about how these experiences introduced me to CRM and why I feel like I'm an expert on the subject. With Red Wing Shoe Company, I was with them for the Y2K scare, and everybody was terrified of losing all their data as soon as the calendar hit 00. So for 3 years I was with that company. We cycled through many point of sale systems, and everything always reverted back to a handwritten bill is the easiest way to go. So that company definitely needed a CRM platform, and eventually found one that worked for them. After I moved out of that, I got into contract sales, selling to more than 418 accounts over a 7-month cycle. Selling to accounts in a business-to-business capacity requires a lot of database management, time management, understanding calendars, and not missing appointments and all that good stuff. When I moved over to the Bolt Supply House, it was a much different environment. My account list was reduced to 185 accounts, and I had to see them on a year-round basis. As some of them I'd have to visit as often as once a week. So there was a lot of big brother feeling where the company wanted to know who I was talking to, what I was doing, and of course we used a CRM platform to track and monitor my sales activities, who I was talking to, how often, what we were talking about, that sort of stuff. When I moved over to TCA, it was my first opportunity to really install and implement my own idea of what a CRM could be. The company had absolutely nothing when I went in there. The first day on the job, I was greeted by over 13,000 emails in Microsoft Outlook dating back as far as 2007, and an account list in QuickBooks. And those two things were what the company considered to be their CRM at the time. So I went shopping for the best fit platform for us, worked with it for the next 5 years, and when I left that job and moved out to Prince Edward Island, I saw a perfect opportunity to start introducing other businesses that were very much like TCA, lacking a CRM platform, giving me the opportunity to introduce them to the right platform for them. So let's get into what this CRM stuff is all about. So when I say CRM, I actually mean customer relationship management. This includes everything from what you do on a day-to-day basis inside your own shops and stores and hotels and things like that, to how you manage your data online. So it can be software, or it can be actual people working inside your store, developing the relationships with your customers. So CRM covers off everything to do with your customer relationship management. Your CRM will provide you with a better understanding of your customers, their needs, behaviors, and habits. This understanding will enable you to develop more efficient marketing strategies and target specific needs. I know that's a pretty broad spectrum statement to make. Some examples of how we encounter CRM on a daily basis is through our emails, what we send out to our customers, how we engage with them. Your CRM software or platform should be able to give you insights as to who's opening your emails, how long they're reading them for, what links they're clicking through on your emails, and whether or not your emails are bouncing into the spam folder or actually being opened. So right now, if you're not using a CRM platform and you're just blindly sending out emails to people and you're unsure as to whether or not they're actually getting to the intended target, that's one area where a CRM can help you out. CRM is very active in websites and internet, so a lot of the analytical tools that exist for tracking whether or not people are visiting your site, how long they stay on each page, what they do when they're on your site, can all be enhanced through a CRM platform. Some other examples of where we see CRM on a daily basis is a company like Best Buy. If you go there and you purchase something, they will hand you a receipt and say, by the way, go fill out this survey at the bottom and we might give you a $500 prepaid Visa to shop in our store. What they're trying to do there from a CRM platform standpoint is gather information about your shopping experience so that they can enhance it, adjust it, and make it a better experience the next time you go in. If we all go fill out the Best Buy survey and tell them we like red better than blue, it won't take long before you see a red building instead of a blue building. Another thing that companies like to do with CRM, if you've ever been to Mark's Work Wearhouse and bought a pair of underwear, they've probably asked you what your postal code is. No, they don't want to email you special offers on underwear based on your postal code. What they would like to know is, why are people in the COA postal code buying more pink socks than the people in the C1A? And do they have to adjust their buying patterns to work with what the customer is doing? So those are all some overview examples of how CRM is in action on a daily basis. Your CRM is a powerful marketing tool. It'll help you manage your customers, automate your interactions, nurture your relationships, give you valuable insights, gather data, and engage your customers on their terms. I made up an acronym for manage. I would have done management, except I couldn't think of something for N and T. So, but we will go through each of these and give examples of how we can manage customer information. The core function of all CRMs is database management. See, the acronym CRM exists because the word database is boring and people don't want to deal with it. And if you've ever seen these wonderful fields, name, address, phone number, company information, and phone number, you know that dealing with database management is tedious and boring. CRM platforms automate all this for you. So if you have a contact form on your website and that contact form gathers this type of information, we can set it up so that instead of it going to your email inbox and you having to manually enter it or have somebody else manually enter it, that contact form will drop into your CRM and automatically manage your customer information. Just a quick, if I can find it, this is an example of a contact manager. We will get into a little bit more later on in the future, but as you can see, it's one place where all your contact information exists, and you can pull up their file and take a closer look at them and what your interactions with them have been. Automation in CRM is anytime your customers do something, we are going to react a certain way. So if a customer fills out the contact form on web page A, we will send them an email response that says, thank you for filling out our form. These are the next steps in the process. So within your CRM, we're going to create rules. When customer does blank, we respond with blank. That is the automation aspect of CRM. Nurturing customers is understanding the buying patterns and behaviors of a customer, where they are in their life cycle. Nobody wants to be sold car insurance during a football game, but it doesn't stop companies from spending millions of dollars advertising. Buy now. Buying car insurance, for me, is a one-time deal. I did it once 20 years ago, and I've just renewed it every year since. So the idea of seeing an ad on TV and immediately jumping in to go buy new car insurance doesn't make any sense to me. However, if I was shopping for new car insurance, I would expect a company to nurture me along that path, give me different reasons and different points along the path to purchase to select their company. And that's where CRM comes in. You can understand where your customer is in their buying journey and move them along to the point where they become an actual customer. All right. Your CRM can add valuable insights, statistics, and analytical information that is going to help you determine whether or not you're reaching your targets for the day, the week, the month, the year. It'll help you monitor your sales behaviors and give you further insight as to what you need to do to make your number for the upcoming year. CRMs are very powerful at gathering information. Like I said, it's important to know when your customer has done something. So Barry Sanders, the great running back from the Detroit Lions in the 1990s, was kind enough to visit my website and fill out my contact form. That's not true, I made him up, but if anybody knows Barry Sanders, I would love to meet him one day. So when he filled out the contact form, I sent him an automated email that said, thank you for visiting my website, and here's more information. Barry was kind enough to open up that. When he was inside the email, he was interested enough in what I had to say that he clicked on the link that I had provided to him. And then he came back and he reopened the email a second time about 20 minutes later. So we can see here that between 8:27 and 8:56, I had 4 interactions with my favorite football player through my CRM platform. The whole point of a CRM is to engage the customer on their terms. Buying behaviors have changed. People do not like radio advertising. That's why satellite radio exists. PVRs exist so we can skip our commercials. The government has created do not call lists because we don't want to be telemarketed to anymore. So the whole point of a CRM is to connect and engage with your customer on their terms in a non-interruptive way. This will make the customer feel in control of the relationship and more likely to purchase from you because they feel like it was their decision and not yours. Some of the types of CRM that we have available to us are contact managers, marketing platforms, and sales pipelines. So a contact manager, this type of CRM offers the basic contact information for your customers: name, address, phone number, email address, and some of them will go a little bit further than that and offer you additional insights to what you actually do with them. Marketing platforms take it one step further. So we add your contact information and then we inject you into a marketing process that's going to use email campaigns, newsletters, blogs, landing pages to help you build a contact list and engage with each contact that you have and nurture them along the relationship to the path to purchase. So landing pages are a very useful tool for gathering contact information. Oops, help if I knew the name of my own website. There's an A in there. All right. Okay, so when we click on something and we go down, this is a call to action. This is a button that is going to move us to a landing page. A landing page is basically just a contact form that will gather data for us, offer up something in exchange for something. So this is all CRM in action. When you fill out this contact form, you will automatically be entered into my customer database and begin the path to purchase. Sales pipelines are more about what your team, your sales reps are doing than what the customer is doing. So the reason why they split sales and marketing into two different CRM platforms is in a sales platform like Salesforce for ProsperWorks or Agile, you want to track projects, you want to track employees, who's doing what assignment, what emails have been sent out, what interactions have you had with the customers, so that everybody can work together in the goal of increasing sales and getting projects done in a timely manner for your customers. So the sales pipeline and the marketing pipeline are two completely different things. The marketing pipeline is there to generate leads and get you to the point where a customer is ready to purchase. Your sales pipeline is all about closing the deal and finalizing the purchase. So when you're shopping for a CRM platform, it's important to know what your goals are. Are your goals to manage your customer database, increase your leads and traffic through marketing, or manage your projects and sales team in a more efficient manner? The types of engagement that we're going to have with our CRM platforms include reactive, proactive, and selective. So an example of reactive CRM is how did we do? Everybody wants to know customer feedback, whether it's through a survey, something on the bottom of the receipt, or even the waitress coming up to the table and asking you how your tea and biscuits were today. Is a type of reactive CRM. So it's a response to your customer's feedback. If the customer says, my tea was cold and my biscuit was burnt, then it's the waitress's responsibility to satisfy the customer and take care of the problem. when we fill out an exit survey at Best Buy and we tell them that we like red buildings better than blue, they're going to take that information back to their head office and make a decision as to whether or not they need to switch out the color of their buildings. These are all reactions to what the customer is doing. Also, in your email marketing, are your customers opening up your emails? Are they reading them? Are they clicking through? This is all information that you can analyze to make your email transactions more appealing for the customer, improve your open rates, improve your click-through rates, and therefore get more sales and more business out of it. Proactive CRM is more about reaching out to the customer, using the Google search engine to put your website ahead of somebody else's website. Digital advertising, social media campaigns, and pop-up ads are all examples of proactive CRM. How can we help you? Come shop with us. Outbound marketing strategies that drive traffic to your website. Selective CRM is similar but different. Selective is an outbound approach, but we're segmenting our customers, understanding, are they male, are they female, are they young, are they old, race, religion, all of those things come into play when putting out content offers. So right now, every business in the world has 3 types of customers: past, present, and future. And if you send one email to your entire database, you're only talking to 1 out of those 3 customers. Is it a past customer? Is it a present customer? Or is it a future customer? A past customer wants to know what you did for them. A present customer wants to know what are you doing for them. And a future customer wants to know what can you do for them. So if you send out your next Christmas card to your entire database with a single message, and your database has a mix of past, present, and future customers, you're not segmenting, you're not selecting, you're just doing outbound marketing. So your CRM will help you create 3 different Christmas messages, something to the effect of, hey Joe, Merry Christmas, we would love to see you in 2007 for a future customer. Or, hey Joe, thanks a lot for doing business with us, we're having a great time, Merry Christmas, here's a gift, for a present customer. And then for a past customer, it might be, hey Joe, Merry Christmas, just want to wish you a Merry Christmas and remind you about that wonderful experience that we had, and wouldn't you love to do it again someday? Or would you mind sharing that experience with your friends so that we can get some more customers and more business? So that's kind of a quick and dirty example of selective CRM. Understanding the different types of customers that you have and sending a different message to each of them rather than speaking to everybody the same way. Some common features that you're going to find in all CRM platforms. One of the reasons why I can present myself as a CRM consultant is because I'm familiar with more than 40 different platforms, how they operate, how they work, and I know that there's more than 400 that exist, and every day somebody tells me about a new one that they've heard of that I haven't even stumbled across yet. But what I've found in researching all of these platforms is, just like cars, they all have tires, they all have a battery, they all have a gas tank. All CRMs are going to share certain features, and that's going to allow me the opportunity to look at pretty much every platform and understand how they operate. All CRMs offer the latest technology. They would not be in business if they were not mobile friendly, worked on a phone, a tablet, a desktop computer, or a laptop. And 85% of the CRM platforms, and this number is moving closer to 100% every day, operate on a cloud system so that you can access them anywhere, anytime from any online connection that you might have. So all CRM platforms are utilizing the latest technology and ever changing with it. All CRM platforms now acknowledge that social media is a real thing and it's going to be here for the near future. Therefore, all CRM platforms have now built in some type of social media aspect to them. The one exception has become LinkedIn. There are very few platforms that actually operate and function within LinkedIn. The reason for this is LinkedIn has actually aligned themselves with one platform, which I can't mention by name at this time, but the rumor is that LinkedIn will probably be offering their own CRM platform in the very near future, and that's why they've locked out a lot of the other platforms from integrating with them. Kind of a pain in the butt if you're like me and you have 1,000 LinkedIn connections and you wanted to use them on a daily basis. We have to wait and see what the future holds for this. But for Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, and everything else that you might be doing from a social aspect, your CRM can interact and engage with your customers, monitor their behaviors, see what they're talking about, track what they're doing, and take that information and dump it into your CRM platform for future analytics. Another feature that all CRMs have in common is time management. Most of them are going to integrate with your Google Calendars and Apple Calendars and different tools that you have for tracking your appointments and engagements. And a lot of CRM platforms are now building these meeting schedulers and planners right into the platforms themselves so that you don't have to bounce back and forth. So if I can find it here, I'll give you a quick example of some of these. So through sales and marketing, you can do everything from create an email, create an invoice, create a lead or an opportunity. Order management, pretty straightforward. Project management, pretty straightforward. But the social media, the meeting scheduler falls into this category. So now right within our CRM, we have the current date and time. We can book and schedule appointments with different contacts. Select a contact from the menu. Fine, don't cooperate with me. I don't care. So within your CRM, we can schedule appointments and meetings. There we go. It was just slow. So with Edna, I would like to schedule an appointment, put in the subject, and send her a request or add it to my calendar, manage it right within my CRM. And this makes it visible for my boss to see and any of my colleagues to see so that they all know that I'm meeting with Edna and we're going to discuss the project that we're working on. Oops, forgot to switch my screen back. There we go. So basically the most important feature of all CRMs, and I know I've talked a lot about very impersonal stuff, tracking data and monitoring behavior, but the most important feature about CRM is we want to turn strangers into promoters. So we want to take people who don't know who we are, nurture them along their path to purchase to the point where they become customers, and then delight them with a great experience so that they want to promote our brand to their friends and family and come back for more. CRM is most important when it comes to customer retention. Offering your customers an experience that your competition cannot match. Basically, you're going to do this by understanding them better, personalizing their experience, talking to them like they're your friend, not your client, and delighting them to the point where they want to buy from you no matter what, and they feel like all of your friends should use their products. Great example, we all know that Apple has an extremely loyal following. Anyone who has an iPhone believes that the iPhone is the greatest thing ever, and they want all of their friends and family to use the iPhone. Just like with Android, I have seen people almost get into fistfights talking about Android versus iPhone because of the brand loyalty that they have. Both of those products use CRM to delight and engage their customers and keep them loyal to their brand. I think this is the part of the presentation where if there were any questions, we can start to answer them. If you have any questions, you can either email them directly to me at jake.mclaren@larmahill.com or to Allison
At aclark@typi.pe.ca. And as of right now, we don't really have any questions, but I do want to thank Jake for that presentation. There was so much great information in there, and it can be used in every type of business out there. So be sure to give him a call or email to discuss this further. I'm sure he has lots more information he can definitely pass on than what he shared today, for sure. So if you're wondering what your next learning steps might be following this presentation, there's many technology options out there. Simply by contacting your provincial TIA. We would be happy to help you determine your next steps, whether they be one-on-one mentoring, further workshops or training opportunities, or advanced mentoring sessions. This fall, tourismtechnology.com has more webinars planned on topics like Twitter, mobile technology, and Instagram. So be sure to contact your provincial TIA to register today. Thank you to Jake again. It was awesome to have you in here, and a lot of information was covered. Check out tourismtechnology.com for a complete list of resources and future training opportunities, or again, call your provincial TIA. Thank you to our project partners again, the provinces of New Brunswick, Prince Edward Island, and Newfoundland and Labrador, and the tourism industry associations of each province, including the Tourism Industry Association of New Brunswick, the Tourism Industry Association of Prince Edward Island, and Hospitality Newfoundland and Labrador, and of course, Tourism Atlantic ACOA. And thank you for joining us today, and be sure to check out the other opportunities coming up. You can see them on typi.pe.ca and of course the other TIA websites, and we will see you soon. Bye.